tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
We are live here for the SummerSlam weekend pre-show. Thank you for joining us here at AfterBuzz TV. If you're listening to my voice, watching us live on the YouTube, you can tweet at me at Steve Kaufman. I actually don't have access to the chat at the moment, but I'm not alone.
We wouldn't do that to you.
Thank you. Starting to my left, my cohort on the pay-per-view panel.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. I'm Christy Olsen, and you can keep up with me at Christy Reports.
And then to her left, representing the Raw panel, with a belt he did not win.
I am the champion of everything. Is that what this is for?
That's a toy championship that you're holding right there.
Yeah.
Silly. It's silly that you're holding that. What did you do? There we go. Now it's really ridiculous.
To his left. Yes, to his left.
I'm Scott Narver. Hello.
King Scott Narver.
All right, fair enough.
You haven't been coronated properly, but you are King Scott Narver. You won the King of the Ring brackets.
It's true, I did.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
You're winning everything.
He's currently the most decorated AfterBuzz TV host.
And my girlfriend's in Canada.
But we're coming for it. We're coming for it.
There are 10 matches we're predicting this week. There are 16 matches this weekend.
Yes.
So exciting.
And how are we feeling about this
weekend? And there's a few select superstars that are going to be exhausted on Sunday night because they're wrestling both nights.
Yeah. Yes.
So drink water, guys. Get some amino acids. Come on.
Before we get into it,
and some paella.
Definitely some paella. If you're
some more
Brooklyn. Starting with Scott. What match of the 16 are you most looking forward to this weekend?
I am most looking forward to Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt versus Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. Luke Harper is my absolute favorite, and all those other guys are tremendous. And all the matches that we had between the Shield and the Wyatt family previously were tremendous, and now this is a different version of it. They're going to tear their house down.
I like that.
Yeah. I mean, the easy answer is to say Brock Lesnar, Undertaker.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go... There's not one match that I'm really stoked for, but Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, going to be amazing. Sasha Banks, Bayley, they're going to tear the damn roof down. And also Cesaro, Kevin Owens, I think has a chance to steal the whole show.
They're poised to. Yeah,
and not to mention the whole Stephen Amell Green Arrow thing. That's going to be a spectacle. A lot of people are saying, oh, he's a celebrity, he's got to win, it's a one-time... He's the kind of guy. Dude, he loves wrestling. He's training. This would not surprise me if this somehow plays out to be a longer thing. So don't be shocked if Stardust comes out on top somehow.
Christy?
Yes, that will be a good one. I am, of course, looking most forward to the Diva Revolution match. Team Bella, Team Bad, and the old PCB, the former submission sorority.
Don't look that up on Google.
All right.
Do not look up submission sorority unless you're into other things.
This is true, but I think the outcome of this one is going to give us a little peek into what the WWE is thinking as far as Nikki Bella title and how long and who's going to take it over. And of course, the NXT girls are going to get the spotlight, I believe, in the SummerSlam Divas match. So I'm looking forward to that.
And my answer is actually Seth Rollins, John Cena.
All right.
I think champion versus champion, someone will walk away a dual champion. And we don't know who.
You don't think so? You think it'll be a schmaz?
I'm not saying it's going to be a schmaz, but to quote JBL, this doesn't end well, because I don't know what's going to happen.
Same here. But we start off NXT Takeover Brooklyn. It will be this Saturday night at the Barclays Center. Already sold out. The NXT team will be there. I think they've already landed by this point.
Hey, guys.
Here's my question. Is SummerSlam also at Barclay?
Yes. And the Raw after is also at Barclay. All sold out.
So NXT sold out the damn arena, and then SummerSlam is, wow, good for NXT. That's by far, I mean, the biggest crowd they had was at WrestleMania. That was 5,000. So this
blows it out of the water.
Times 4.
So they're by far their biggest show.
8,000.
And we're going to start off talking about Apollo Crews, formerly Wuhan Nation, versus Ty Dillinger, which is, this match is so new I couldn't even find a graphic for it. So it's just Apollo Crews returns. Did we see his debut match on NXT?
What do you mean?
Nope.
Apollo Crews.
What about him?
Did we? No, this is his debut, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then yes. Never mind.
Oh, how exciting for him.
I think I was remembering a taping. How do we feel about this match?
Go ahead,
You
everyone.
had some strong words beforehand, Johnny.
Well,
Don't get shy now, Johnny.
I have some strong thoughts on that. I didn't know. I saw he was debuting, if you will.
Yes.
I didn't realize that he was going to be taking on Ty Dillinger. This is something I'm a little confused by. I'm not going to pass judgment. I'll let it play out. But Ty Dillinger has a history of just losing and losing and losing. He comes back this past week as the perfect 10. Finally, I heard it's a gimmick. It's getting over. He goes over on Solomon Crowe, which I thought was kind of weird because Solomon Crowe's a guy that they're really pushing as well. So I don't know why that went that route. So Ty Dillinger gets a win. Fantastic. Now you're going to feed him to Apollo Crews. Anytime a guy has a hyped up debut, he destroys whoever his opponent is. So that's why I'm a little confused by this. Granted, I think they could put together an amazing match. I just hope that this doesn't tarnish what Ty Dillinger has earned as far as finally getting a character that he deserves. So
I also worry for Ty Dillinger for this match because they've been hyping up Apollo Crews, and rightfully so. I think this would just be even stronger if we weren't talking about it the Thursday before the Saturday. If it was just Apollo Crews returns and then, oh, it's Ty Dillinger. Even that, like the fact that we have 2 days to brace for, he might just get squashed. I know.
Could happen.
He might, like...
Maybe it turns into an epic brawl and this goes on forever.
I hope so. It could be a great...
Yes.
This could just be setting up a feud between the two, the Perfect 10 versus Apollo Crews. That's something I could totally get behind.
Let's hope for that.
Yeah, there seems like some sort of plan in place that we don't know about that's happening. Some greater scheme, one would hope, rather than just a squash.
That's my favorite stuff to try to figure out. Where are they going storyline-wise?
Does anyone not pick Apollo Crews?
I'm going to say possibly a no contest.
I could get down with
Yeah,
that.
I like that.
I think Ty Dillinger's character is going to be underhanded. I think he's not going to be afraid to cheat, and I think he knows how to be a heel. We just haven't seen it yet.
I like it.
I also don't know why his name is so similar to Apollo Creed. I guess that's on
I
purpose.
think we do know.
Okay.
Moving on.
Anyway.
Jushin, wow. Thunder Liger.
Justin Liger.
Justin Liger versus Tyler Breeze.
It was an easy one.
Yeah, Tyler Breeze.
You think Tyler Breeze wins?
I think Tyler Breeze wins.
No,
I think it's a one-time deal for Liger.
no. Liger takes this one.
Really?
No, I think they're bringing Liger in specifically for the ticket sales and the boost, and then to give a boost to Tyler Breeze.
That would make sense.
And we can't forget he's got a contract with New Japan, so he can't. I don't think it's possible. I don't think they would allow him to sign a deal with WWE.
But look at that. Look at that merchandise that he is. Look at the potential dolls and all the masks that you can sell. But that's not
Well,
a
that's what El
one-time deal.
Torito is for, Scott.
This is the big version. You can get both.
Well, I'm just saying.
You can get the big
Someone's
dragon
got
and the
dollar
little
signs
bull.
in his eyes over there. I like it.
This one, old money bags and Narver is what we call him.
But Johnny LaQuasto mug for sale on eBay right after the show.
I'll even sign it.
Filled with
He will.
backwash.
He's not going to wash it.
They're not going to let him go. They're not going to let him
Really?
go with one shot and just come and go, and that's it.
All right. Okay.
I could see him taking Tyler Breeze to the limit, and then Tyler Breeze winning, and then him not coming back till the next takeover.
I just don't know what Liger winning does for Tyler Breeze. He's kind of been stagnant to begin with. So,
But he needs a win. He needs a win this big, and you just needed to outsource the win.
or maybe this is the way to get Tyler Breeze up to the main roster somehow. I don't know.
Either or. And now we have, for the tag team championships, the Vaudevillains versus Blake and Murphy.
They're all
Pop
swarthy.
quiz. Which one is which? I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
I'm gonna
I know that's Alexa Bliss.
We all know that's Alexa Bliss.
Yes, got it.
Only woman in the picture.
She looks good.
But I kind of dig that though. When a tag team, when you have a hard time telling who is who, I think it's great because they do work together very well.
I think they're both Paul Burchill.
That's kind of like Christian almost, long hair.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there we go. So what do you guys think?
I like the Vaudevillains.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go with Steve.
Yeah, I think the Vaudevillains take this one.
I think Blake and Murphy still hold on. I think adding Alexa Bliss kind of renewed them a little bit, and I still think they have a long way to go, and I don't think this feud has lasted long enough. So I think they hang on to this title, and I think it continues to where eventually the Vaudevillains maybe get the titles.
I feel like you give it to the Vaudevillains now and they move on with someone else, and then they keep the Enzo and Cass with Carmella, like that 3-on-3.
Oh, that would be good.
I think that's the money. That's the money for them. That they don't even need belts.
Look who sees dollar signs now.
Ching Ching Kaufman.
That it's easier to give the vaudevillains the belts and then have them move forward. And then you have 2 segments on a pay-per-view with better tag matches.
I think Enzo and Cass may be having their final days in NXT, though.
I can see that too.
Oh, you think they get fired?
That's what I was looking for.
Wow.
They were
Saving
hanging out
dollar
with the
signs.
main roster superstars doing some events this week, and we'll talk about that a little
That's
later.
good to know.
They're ready.
And one of my favorite matches for this card, Sasha Banks versus Bayley.
Absolutely.
Sasha Banks has officially been called up to the main roster and does not carry the NXT Women's Championship on the main roster. Whereas Kevin Owens did. Well, not the women's champ, but Kevin Owens carried the NXT.
He looked
know what he
badass.
Yeah.
All signs point to Bayley for this. For
Yeah.
me.
They do.
Kind of a no-brainer.
They do. I mean, she certainly earned it. She's the last of the 4 horsewomen that hasn't been brought up to the main roster. This gives her a shot to make a really long, great babyface run with the title. Scotty.
I still think Sasha holds on to it.
Okay.
Just because they took so many of the divas out of there, I mean, they still need... I don't know. When Kevin Owens goes, there's still a huge roster of men. There's not a huge roster of ladies.
That's true.
But they could have some waiting in the wings.
Right. And I don't know. I think that Sasha could still be doing double duty a lot of the time.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin Owens is the formula for how you get called up to the NXT, or how you get called up from NXT, which is you just keep working both.
She hasn't had the title for that long, but I mean, I know it doesn't really matter per se, but I don't know.
And so brings attention to that brand. If you're still acknowledging, even though she doesn't have the belt, if you're acknowledging she has the belt and you got to watch NXT to see that.
Yeah.
That's valuable to them right now.
They're going to tear it up, and I love how they're advertising this as a double main event. That's fantastic to give them main event billing, and their chemistry is phenomenal. And it's incredible because Sasha Banks has been wrestling for like barely 5 years, and she's already at that level. It's crazy.
Yeah. I heard her on Chris Jericho's podcast, and she said
Wasn't she great?
She was so great on that podcast.
She's so wise beyond her years. She's 23 years old. You wouldn't tell by listening to her.
And she wants to main event a pay-per-view.
She will.
A main event a WWE pay-per-view.
I don't think it'll even be that long.
Yeah, I have no doubt between Becky Lynch and Charlotte.
Hold on, Sasha. You're good.
It's happening.
You'll get there.
It's going to happen.
Moving on. Everyone.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe, Baron Corbin.
Don't get me started on Barrett. Don't.
You guys wear the same clothes.
Everyone.
No, you're on camera right now. You don't wear that stuff.
You mean when I'm
In your
out
personal
when he's
life?
out.
when I'm at the biker bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody's like, Baron Corbin, like, La Quasto.
When I cruise up to the saloon in my Segway,
A lot of folks on the internet, I'll say, are not fans of Baron Corbin's.
justifiably
Surprise,
so.
surprise.
They feel he's a John Cena, a Roman Reigns,
No, that's not even.
a type.
I disagree with that. I think, to me, that I equate it to this. Baron Corbin, we all had a kid that we grew up with that was more physically gifted than everybody else in the neighborhood. So his dad forced him to play sports, even though you can tell he really didn't enjoy it. I feel like that's Baron Corbin. I just don't feel like he feels like he should be doing what he's doing. That's just my opinion.
Ooh, that's like the biggest insult.
Literally,
Give
for
to
him to
him
be
I'm not
Guys.
trying to insult him. I'm just saying, as a viewer, like,
No, but I mean, you might be right, but that's pretty terrible.
there's a
Was he
reason.
the kid in your neighborhood?
Yeah. No, there's a reason why I think a lot of his matches are so short. I don't know if they have enough confidence in him to tell a story in a ring.
Well, this will be the
Ain't
test.
that the heart?
Well,
Samoa
Samoa Joe
Joe
can make anyone look great. My point is, what happens after this for Baron Corbin? I don't know.
Well, that gets to the next question: Baron Corbin or Samoa Joe?
Oh, Samoa Joe, I would hope.
Joe. I'm just such a huge Joe fan. Have been forever.
He's a great dude.
Oh,
He's one of the best.
I just
Yeah,
want to
you
see him
guys
succeed.
talk about him a lot.
I'm all about Samoa Joe in general, but I think this matchup you have to give it to Baron Corbin to move him forward. Because Samoa Joe, even the character as he's been presented on NXT, which is not my favorite version of him, still strong enough to move past a loss here.
This is also a match that may go past, because let's be honest, this is kind of a new thing. It just kind of got put together. So maybe this is something that they want Joe to work with Corbin so he can learn. Because with anything, the only way you learn is to be around people that are better than you. Look no further. So maybe this could be something that builds past that.
Maybe it's one of those things where he doesn't tap out for a really long time, and Joe just keeps putting him through the, through the grinder, and then eventually he does, and then the respect is gained because, oh, look, he hung with Joe.
Right.
Something like that.
And that would work too. We're all rooting for Corbin, but there's only so much the announcers can do in putting a guy over.
Mm-hmm. You have to do it for yourself in the ring.
Are you rooting for Corbin?
Not this Saturday. In general, though, I root for everybody. I want everyone to succeed.
And our co-main event of the evening, the rematch from the Beast in the East. I want to talk about dollar signs. That's an action figure.
Yeah.
Finn Balor, NXT champion.
That's how Scott goes out to the saloon.
Yeah, I have to explain a lot to my dad when he sees stuff like that. It's like, what are you watching? Oh, no, don't.
Stories.
He's dressed normal most of the time. That's his pay-per-view entrance.
That guy hates sleeves. That's why he doesn't wear them. His name's Kevin Owens. It's not weird, Dad. I mean,
well, this is going to be a good one for sure.
Oh yeah.
Finn Balor.
Kevin Owens.
What? Okay.
Title on the line?
Title on the line.
Finn Balor. No doubt. No doubt.
You think Kevin Owens actually takes the title back?
Yes. I think the Kevin Owens on the main roster, the powers that be aren't feeling it. And they're not going to they're not going to send him back down, but they're going to make him work double duty, make him be that champion, make him continue this program.
If that story is true, there's one guy in particular with the initials of KD who may not like him, but I think everyone else sees dollar signs and they know how good Kevin Owens is. So I don't think whatever is happening with him in the main roster, I think it's a matter of finding the right thing for him. I don't think he's coming back to NXT. That's insane.
We'll see.
Well, but
he's selling merch.
He is selling. I'm not saying going back down as much as I'm keeping him both.
I saw more KO shirts at Comic-Con than anyone else. That should tell you something.
Let's hope. But believe me, I want Kevin Owens to be his last NXT match. I want him to just move on. That said,
might be.
That said, there are powers. There are powers that be that are in the powers that be's ear. That are like, he's got a pot belly. Who
gives a shit?
I think you're right. But I think you're right.
No, I'm with
So the powers that be the powers of pain? Is that
yes. Those are the powers that be.
All right.
Yep.
A lot of superstars, including the NX team, are already in New York City. They have been since Wednesday, since yesterday.
Yes.
Kathy's been there all week. Dale is going to be taking a train from DC. He'll be going, and Hobo is there, I believe, right?
Hobo is there.
He's in the back of the train, hiding in one of the cars.
I know Mark said he was getting there this morning.
Cool.
I would assume Hobo, but Christy has a social media report.
Yeah, I have been keeping track of what the superstars and the divas are up to there in New York City. Let's call this the Summerslam social media extravaganza.
Hey.
And what you're looking at here is an event from the Yankee Stadium who are celebrating Hope Week. It's something that they do. It's a goodwill, hope, and encouragement initiative that the Yankees do. The Miz, Sasha Banks, Naomi were all there. We've got a couple more shots. Naomi and Sasha were doing some cheerleading with the girls. It was really cute. And what you're seeing here with the Miz is him having a little, well, he's having a little moment here with A-Rod, and he actually claims that he gave A-Rod some tips.
Sure.
And the team that he's up against tonight will be in trouble because the Miz is telling him what's up. So we've got a couple more from that. And then also, there were superstars that visited the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh, yeah.
And had a little playtime with player Markel Brown. Charlotte was there, Ryback was there, Colin Cassidy, and Enzo. And actually, Ryback has some really cool videos on his Instagram. His real Instagram is at @thebigGuyRyback22. He actually nailed a three-pointer frontwards and backwards at the when he was hanging with the Nets.
Really?
Wait, does he delete those after he posts them on his Instagram, or is that only his Twitter?
I think that's done. Or does he still do it on Twitter?
I thought he still does that on Twitter.
Yeah, you know what? And there's so many fake Instagrams too for him. Yeah,
he treats Twitter like Snapchat.
He eats tweets.
Feed him more tweets.
They had a good time there, and then just a last little thing. There was a little tour of the New York fire station.
Is that Fandango?
Who is that?
That is Fandango.
There you go.
He's got a beard now.
Yeah, in their tap-out gear.
Got it.
And moving on, there they are with the Brooklyn Nets. Charlotte looking good in her pink.
I've actually seen, if you go to the Starbucks that's right inside the Barclays Center, you can oversee that practice court that they're on.
I dig it.
Just from that Starbucks.
What else we got, Alexis? All right, and it was actually deemed officially SummerSlam week at Barclays Stadium. They raised the flag. Summer Rae was there, Big E, and you can see the whole group. They're loving it. Roman Reigns took a little ride in a police car. And Roman, the Usos, Summer Rae, Xavier Woods, and Big E all went to take a little tour of the FDNY, the fire station.
Very cool.
And we have a couple pictures of that, too. So, you know, they're just meeting and, they're meeting and greeting the boys in blue. And
God, I love Big E. He's just the greatest.
I'm sure this put a smile on the faces of New York's finest. So... really cool. Looks like they're having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
This is the kind of stuff that makes me be like, I want to be a diva. I want to be a superstar. I want to, go do
Or
that
at the very
fun
least,
stuff.
go to New York City and go to all these cool places.
While we're on that,
Oh, wow, that's an old school police car. Roman
right?
Reigns
That's
is in.
pretty cool. So if SummerSlam can't be in LA and they can't be hanging out with us, at least they're in New York having a good time.
It should be in LA.
I do kind of
agreed.
miss it. I miss being out being out here. What are you gonna do? All right, should we get to these matches?
We're gonna
Let's
get to
do
the,
it.
we're gonna get to the main 10, the Sunday night 10.
Let's do it.
As far as we're aware, there's no pre-show because it's a 4-hour
You
show.
can't have a pre-show.
You can't have a pre-show on a 4-hour show. I'm gonna start with Randy Orton versus Sheamus, which I was pulling these images, and I had to type in Randy Orton versus Sheamus.
A lot.
Then I had to type in SummerSlam. Then I had to type in 2015 because these guys face each other a lot.
And then you had to type in sneer.
Frequently.
Sneer on Orton.
Neither one of these are drinking Mountain Dew
No.
No.
or using Ed Shave Gel. Apparently.
No.
Can anyone please fill me in what their beef is right now? Because I'm getting muddled with all the other times Randy Orton has faced Sheamus.
I think Orton's jealous of the hairdo, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
But I don't think Orton can.
No, I literally
grow that out
watched
anymore.
Raw last night and I can't even come up
They
with
just
it.
they just attack each other. They don't like the cut of each other's jib.
Yeah. Sheamus finds Orton boring.
That's it.
That's
Is
what
that
he
the whole
said
thing?
several times.
Find Sheamus boring.
Well, at least Orton has a match at the
Do we even have a move on?
Well, I do have a prediction that involves Sheamus, but I think Randy Orton will win this match.
Yes. But it will not be all we see of Sheamus at
It's not going to be a
pay-per-view
replay of
event.
WrestleMania, is it? Where Orton wins and then the guy
That's-
who lost cashes in.
That's my thought. No, that
And
would
I'm
be.
with you on that train.
That's why I put it up first. Does everyone say?
Sheamus.
I still say Sheamus hangs onto that briefcase until he loses it to someone else.
Ooh.
I think Randy's going to take this one, but Sheamus is definitely going to cash in later.
Sheamus wins.
So half Sheamus, half Randy Orton.
Yep. Moving on.
Moving on,
Yeah.
we have got the primetime players, the Los Matadores,
Oh, Doritos putting
the
a hex
Lucha
on you.
Dragons, and the New Day in a tag team extravaganza. Looks like, looking at this card, sometimes I think Teddy Long was involved.
Tag team match.
One-on-one with the Undertaker. It's really
The Undertaker.
I like the sudden depth of the tag team roster in the WWE. I don't know who to root for. I would assume you'd keep the primetime players.
I say they win.
I say
agree.
Lucha Dragons.
Boom.
Oh.
You're looking at dollar signs, Lucha Dragons.
I think from a New York crowd and just to change it up and have it be something exciting. I mean, Los Matadores, if they were in another spot and had some wins and some credibility, they could be a possibility as well, but they don't have any of that. It would just really be starting from square one, really, with those guys.
The Dragons would be a great
It'd be a
tag team
great shocker
champion.
because as of this moment, it's between the primetime players and the New Day. Like that's where everyone's focus is. So if you let it be the Lucha Dragons, it would be, I don't want to say a swerve, but it would be a good misdirection,
Be an upset.
an upset.
Yeah.
You guys
Yes.
think they're sort of keeping the Lucha Dragons as like the Brock Lesnar of the pay-per-views? Like they're the big draw of the tag team, or like they're the special event of the tag team.
No, I just
So
think
I
they-
just don't think they would get the belt, because if you see that every week, it loses its shtick. And
I just think the Lucha
aren't they more
Dragons,
special players?
They haven't found a thing for them yet. They did
Yeah,
it for
okay.
WrestleMania. We have yet to see them in any kind of feud.
That's true.
It needs to happen.
Well,
That
I
is-
like them, but I don't think they're going to take
That
this
is
one.
helpful. That would be helpful for them. And maybe if they had that moving forward with a win here, that'd be
Everyone's
great.
gunning for him. Everyone's gunning for him. New Day and PTP can blame each other for costing each other the match, and then they can feud off there. And then Lucha, we could have multiple feuds in the tag team division. Go figure.
Oh, yeah.
I know,
You're
right?
onto something
Figure.
there. Okay.
All right. moving on, we got Dolph Ziggler with Lana
Look at that face.
versus Rusev with Summer Rae.
I mean, Rusev's face. Look at that face.
Oh, Rusev.
I'm a little disappointed this is not at least a mixed tag. I really thought we would see Lana in a match. But with that said, I picked Rusev on compadres, so I got to stick to it.
Well, I'm sure the mixed match thing is where it'll go eventually. Don't we agree? The ladies will get involved.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm really glad to finally have the platform to say that I hate this thing between Lana and Summer Rae right now. I don't like it at all. I think that it is completely the opposite of what should be happening with the Divas Revolution, and to see them slapping each other around with their panties out is not what the women's division has become.
I mean,
right.
And I think Summer Rae is a great technical wrestler, and Lana's seeming to pull out some moves too. So why not just give them a match and let them actually do it?
Well, I have been disappointed with how they've handled Lana since she broke away from Rusev. That she went from this very interesting character to, dare I say, just another valet. That she seems beholden to.
I want to give her more time, though. I want to give that character more time to see what happens, and maybe this will lead all the way to Survivor Series. Maybe we'll have some kind of elimination match where those two will face off or something. It's only a couple months away.
And I also love the idea of, and I like Summer Rae and Lana on the microphone and physically in the ring, that they could both conceivably have a stable building towards a Survivor Series match.
Agreed.
Because we don't have enough stables.
Nope.
It's just, Paul Heyman just reps Brock Lesnar. He could have a stable of people.
Well, I mean, because we have the 3-team Divas teams, but those aren't really.
But like just a manager reps like 5 people. I think we could go back to that. I say Ziggler.
They both have businesses. Why not?
Yay.
Just one more little tidbit. There was a report I read a few days ago that said that Lana was supposed to get a push and a match recently, but it was actually it's going to be given instead to Eva Marie, and they're going to use that to make Eva Marie a cornerstone of the Diva Revolution. So maybe the plans have sort of changed for Lana. It's entirely possible.
I still think Eva Marie would make a great valet to build to being a wrestler like they do with Lana.
Yep.
I agree.
That would be a great place. That would be a great way to put Eva Marie over.
Yep. Not going to pay attention to that report.
People feel strongly about her already.
Yeah. Moving on, we have the closest we'll get currently to the Shield versus the Wyatt family. The 2-on-2 match. I'm very excited.
Scotty's favorite match.
Luke Harper's the best. Look at those eyes.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
Did we see his interview with Markia?
No.
He had an interview with Markia on...
He went to her house and they just chatted for a while, had some coffee.
Awesome.
But that wasn't on tape. But at WrestleMania Access... Marquia got to interview him, and it was on our YouTube page. But then someone on Facebook freeloaded it and got millions of views.
What happened?
Oh my God.
That's a thing you can do now.
No, I'm saying.
Don't give him any ideas, Steve.
Sorry.
Was it a fun interview? Like what exactly?
It was a fun interview. Imagine back at WrestleMania, he rarely spoke, if ever. But he didn't. It wasn't the creepy eyes that we get. Creepy eyes promos we get now. He was very down to earth. Just spoke from the heart. Spoke normally.
Oh,
it's a great interview.
Was he this old frat boy? Didn't he have like a frat boy character back in the day?
He was still him, but just this well-spoken Southern gentleman.
Okay then.
It's a good interview.
Who's gonna win, Scotty?
I go Wyatt's. Their family.
I also go Wyatt's.
I also say Wyatt's. And do we think there's going to be heel turn action here somewhere, boys?
No, I think there's going to be a new member of the Wyatt family.
Oh, okay.
We're all hearing that. I think we can get a new member of the Wyatt family. And
Jesus. 5 minutes left. We got a lot to get through.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
I think we can still get Shield over and a new Wyatt family member.
All right, Divas match. Go.
Optimistic.
Divas match. I will say, Revolutions usually buck the Authority. It's really difficult to take a Revolution seriously if the Authority plants it. That said, I love everything that's happened since Stephanie walked out of the ring, and they just let these people wrestle.
Yeah.
It's an elimination match. I would love for the last woman standing to just be Divas champion, but there's vested interest in keeping Nikki Bella with that championship until a certain amount of days. None of us know why. I like
we know why.
I like Team PCB. I think Paige and Charlotte will be the last Diva standing.
Yes, Paige and Charlotte will be the last one standing.
So I was told
PCB is going to take it.
It's elimination where if one person gets pinned from a team, the whole team's eliminated. It's not going to be singular elimination.
Oh, it's not singular elimination?
You can't have that many pins.
Oh, you know what? They did explain that on Raw or SmackDown.
Then
That's right.
I say Team PCB, Team Bad goes out first.
going to say Team Bella victorious. Nikki Bella stands tall.
I say Team Bad wins it.
All right.
They're bad.
We're a little mixed. Either way, we need a little more storyline driving all of this.
And hopefully this can be a launching off point for more than one segment. On Raw. That, like,
yeah, of course.
That's what this should be.
Yeah, and I think it will.
Moving on, Intercontinental Championship. Big Show. Miz. Ryback.
I say
Finally.
Battleground match.
I say Miz sneaks out after Big Show and Ryback run into each other and gets the win.
Something dirty could go
During
on
their
here.
entrances.
Yeah.
I say Miz, but I think we're setting up a final road for Big Show. Like, that seems to be the rumblings right now of just Big Show maybe heading into the Rumble or WrestleMania. But this is the beginnings of Big Show losing and just feeling like he might not have it, and one more time, and all these tropes we love in wrestling.
I think there could be some sort of setup about Tough Enough and the finale and the Miz and Ryback and maybe something that lends itself to some promotion for the Tough Enough finale.
Speaking of the Tough Enough finale, do we all say Miz?
I say Ryback.
Miz,
Ryback.
3 Miz, Ryback. Speaking of the Tough Enough finale, this Tuesday, one of these men will be facing both ZZ and Josh, the Tough Enough finalists. His name is Cesaro, and he is facing someone working double duty this weekend.
Yep.
Mr. Kevin Owens.
This match is going to be so damn good.
Whoa.
This match is poised to steal the show.
Not a lot of feud behind it, not a lot of storyline behind it per se.
But
I mean,
enough.
Just because it doesn't need it.
yeah, enough. It's going to be great. It's a tough call. I don't know.
No contest.
I have 5 big question marks next to my prediction for this one.
I like no contest.
We would know more Sunday morning over the winner of this match, but as of now,
We know even more Monday morning.
we would know it all Monday morning. I think Cesaro.
Okay. Moving on.
And the star-studded match
Yep.
of Stephen Amell and Neville versus Stardust and King Barrett. So excited for this match. This is the kind of spectacle match you always want to see on a card like this. Stephen Amell Neville should go over, right?
Yes.
No,
You would think.
I don't think
Scotty
so.
says no, and I'm also saying that I think it's going to continue. I think Stardust comes out on top.
I would love that. I doubt it highly.
I say Stardust and Barrett win this one.
See who the champion is?
I know.
Maybe you want to listen to
Who
him.
the champion was?
Maybe you want to listen to him.
All right.
Either way, I love the idea of a celebrity stunt casting, and more of that, please.
And yeah.
Boomtown. All
So
right,
now
moving
we're
on.
champion versus champion, first time ever. Seth Rollins versus John Cena. Winner will take all. I've alluded to my prediction here, but let's hear you guys' first.
I say Cena takes the whole thing.
Jesus.
You can call him that if you want.
Most
They
of us
do.
say Superman.
Go ahead.
It's going to get dirty. Sheamus is going to come in, and it's going to end up being something where it's like, oh, we didn't address what would happen if X, Y, and Z, so now we don't really know, and it's going to be one of those up in the air. Lillian's going to have to come out and get on the mic and tell
So
us
you're
all what's
saying
going down.
WCW presents SummerSlam.
Summerfest.
So
Amen.
you're just calling out a complete schmoz. No, everyone walks away with the belt they came in with.
No. I think something weird will happen. It'll be like the wrong belts, and they'll be like, well, but there's 2, and then there's 1, and should he take them both? It'll be Sheamus will come in and try to cash in, and then the question will be, well, so is he supposed to get both belts or just the one? Well, we didn't address that. Well, that makes it dirty. Well, can open worms everywhere.
I
Storyline
think-
for the next 6 months.
Although the storyline world they've presented us with WrestleMania is if you walk in with the Money in the Bank contract in the middle of a match, you're allowed to enter yourself into that match. So they keep saying winner take all, winner take all. If Sheamus walks in with the Money in the Bank briefcase and wins and pins either champion, he will walk out with both belts.
Yeah.
And that's my prediction.
It wouldn't fit his character, though, to just join a match. He would have to come in after they're both down.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
You got that right.
All right.
All right, and the main event of the evening, the match Paul Heyman sold us on, the rematch too big for WrestleMania.
I hate them saying that.
That's weird. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
whatever.
Lesnar,
Should we talk about our scenario that we did?
Sure.
Okay.
please.
Our scenario. What was it again? It's been a long day. Our scenario was that the Undertaker Go ahead, Scott.
Yeah, the boogeyman shows up.
Yeah, the boogeyman shows up.
And then Pete Gas jumps in there.
Jeez.
Oh, man.
Funaki. Am I not remembering the right scenario?
No,
I
the posse
absolutely
shows up.
And then Xbox shows up.
We think this Sting's going to be involved at some point.
Yeah, that's right.
Setting up a Survivor Series match between him and Undertaker, so will we say Lesnar?
I think it was looking that way before, but I'm now doubting that Sting will make an appearance here. But I do agree. I think it'll be some kind of a dirty finish.
I feel like Undertaker has to be at Survivor Series if this is farewell tour, because that's where he debuted. That's also where Sting debuted. So I think it would make sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think just on pure booking for Brock Lesnar to beat the streak, and then for Undertaker to keep the streak going, Brock Lesnar has to win this match. Or no, sorry, Undertaker has to win this match, or he'll just go away forever. You might not need Sting right now. You could set up a rematch at SummerSlam and have Sting interfere with that and build towards WrestleMania, which is where they want to break that attendance record. And they want to pull out all the stops to break that attendance record, including Taker Sting, never before seen, like pretty much never before seen.
Yeah.
And that's a Mania match to me. I'm going to say we're not going to see Sting tonight, or we're not going to see Sting Sunday night.
Fair enough. Then who's going to win?
Undertaker.
All right.
Undertaker just on the sheer, you get one, I get one. And
Undertaker wins with nothing but nut shots.
Undertaker wins as a heel.
Heel to the nuts.
And then Paul Heyman can goad him into, oh, you didn't actually beat the Beast. You're usually better than this. Blah blah blah. But take her over. That's how I see it.
Boomtown.
We've got our stuff in.
All right, we got it.
If you guys at home want to tell us we were dead wrong, dead right, those aren't important. If you guys want to tell us if we're dead wrong, dead right, please tweet at us. You can find me at Steve Kaufman. That's KAUFMANN. This shirt provided by ProWrestlingTees.com.
Yes, check out ProWrestlingTees.com. And also you can chat with me at Christy Reports. Check out my Instagram. I just uploaded a really cool video where I try to do the Bella's entrance. You'll love it.
At Jay Quasto and, of course, at Wrestling Buds. This week on the Compadres, we had Mr. Ken Anderson, and, of course, Scott Narver was there with us as well.
Yes, and you can follow me on Twitter at Curtain Jerks, and you can listen to my comedy wrestling podcast, Curtain Jerks, available on iTunes and SoundCloud. This week, Ethan Carter III was back on the show and had some choice words for me.
Oh, and be sure to join Christy Olsen and myself this Sunday night, I believe we don't know the time yet, but it'll
we'll
be
be
after
here.
SummerSlam. We'll be doing the SummerSlam post show with George Hermosa. Please join us then. Thank you so much for watching.
See you then.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.